What's up, guys? Game 2 for HLE GenG. The main thing you really need to take from this is that in Game 1, GenG were, their solos pretty much outcompeted HLEs, and HLE heavily depended on their solo lanes to perform, because once you get into mid-late, if those sides bleed and you can't get in mid-push, what do? Like, nothing. You just lose the game. And that's exactly what happened. For this game, once again, we're in another spot where Keen is in an advantageous position over Zeus in draft, which is definitely a great game plan. I mean, I definitely like what they're doing with that. Zen to Skarner, it's like you'll see this often, like Zen taking into Skarner. It's okay. It's not like incredible, but it's okay. Azir into Victor. Azir is obviously a fantastic pick and one of the best picks that you can just take generally as a blind. This is their greatest weakness, and this is something they're going to have to use, hopefully well, is their bot lane. And have their bot lane run the game. Like, that's like what these are going to have to depend on for the early game. If this does not work out in the early game, the game's going to fall apart.
He's positioned to do that, so at least he's going to get right on time. Another spot, the invade.
So they invade, knowing that their bot lane is super strong. They get the boards and they map. So already they're taking a really drastic action for winning the game. I mean, that's naturally going to happen, especially when HLE is playing that hard for priority and trying to trade. Like, it's not easy. Like, he has long CDs, it's definitely not easy. And so now he kind of just... What's also kind of weird is that he does this when on weak side. So, like, he naturally has to be, like, really scared about the situations, but I will say 14 to 16 CS is not bad. Like, despite how it all went down, the CS dip, like, he's gonna be behind on the buy, for sure. But, like, for the initial part, it was, like, he still actually got a decent amount of CS despite doing that. Well, that was well played.
That is a very good question. Well, we're not gonna learn about it just yet. As the flash comes in, Ruler, the tanking from Delight,
that was really well played. God damn, man. So well played. The only upside is that they were able to swap their AD because he died and they knew they needed to get him out. And the timing is great for top lane. Because one, if you look at where the wave is, Zeus is in a ganking situation, right? And Keen still has TP. So Keen can always TP bot to recover, which is big. Two, because he died, he suicided, he's way up tempo on the map, right? Like initiative. So he actually gets a free play on top, which is fantastic. And we'll see if it does something. But, like, yeah, like, that's awesome. Oh, he eat it. He's dead.
And now his play basically has to work for GenG not to be in deep trouble. And this alone isn't going to bail him out, but Zeus will be big.
He's dead.
The flash hot for the slow. Zeus just going to accept his fate.
Yeah. The second he eat it, and he just sealed it.
He might just be dead. He doesn't have the flash.
If he flashes,
greedy base. Greedy base in the end, which sucks for him. Especially because if Kane can, like, get out of there, I mean, he lost the whole wave bot. I mean, in the end, that is actually helpful for Aatrox. I will say that. Aatrox got the fat wave.
Ruler is able to get assist, doesn't actually get the kill, which is really what they're looking for. Kenya has been farming out Storm, though. The game is building experience, using the kill assist, meaning that you still have to fight, right? Like, you have to play these skirmishes. You only have choice against GenG. I don't think I feel too great about it. Well, at least Kenya got the smite on the club. So we all 6 about it.
Let's slow it down, let's slow it down.
Get an assist, but doesn't actually
the Corki's late. And so Corki's actually going to end up dropping the wave so he can fight for the grubs. If he goes top for the wave, they'll never fight this. And they'll just forfeit the grubs entirely. And Xin Zhao should already be on bot crab and going for dragon if that was the case. Which is like, okay. It's like just okay, but losing 3... No, it's pretty bad actually, because they have to fight this. And the reason is this. Imagine they get 3 grubs. Okay, they get 3 grubs. Yes, he has 2 camps bought, which is like, you don't really want to lose that, but because these guys have no sums, they're just going to run it top. They're going to dive, they're going to kill them. If the jungle doesn't cover, they're dead. They're going to take plates. And even if you get 2 camps on Xin Zhao, does that really matter? Is that really gonna propel the game forward? No. So they have to fight this. So I really like
you
that.
Have to play for these skirmishes.
Ruler
they
is
have
here.
A choice here as GenG to not opt into this, but I don't think they're feeling too great about it.
I mean, at least Canyon got the smite on the grub. Chovy level 6, so is Zeka as looking for the engage. Peanut getting pretty low as he does not get over the wall, and the divide comes through.
Fucking well played,
Chovy.
man. Holy shit, they played that so well. Canyon played that really well, actually. So look,
not opt into this, but
the Ashe is coming, right?
Don't think
he took 1 grub, right?
They're feeling too great about it.
So the Braum has shield. They don't want to go in yet. They're waiting. They're waiting for Xin Zhao to prep his Q. And when Braum separates, so like they're waiting for these 2 to separate because they don't want to go on Braum still. They want to go on Skarner. And so once Skarner separates, and also the Zir push this guy out, once they separate, then they go in. And now they can kill them. Then there's no Braum shield. So Delight kind of screwed that up a little bit because he put his shield up right away when walking in. And they should wait. They shouldn't contest yet. Like, they should be waiting for the Ashe to get closer, and then they can go. So it's an error by Delight to walk up now.
I mean, at least Canyon got the smite on the grub.
Then they prep, go on the Skarner. There's no counterplay. And then, yeah, I mean, the Ashe doesn't have flash. The Ashe doesn't have flash. And Chovy sees it, and he sweeps them. And both these, everyone dying, that bot lane advantage is eliminated now. Like, it's an even game in bot lane.
And Keen, honestly, I feel like he didn't even was needed there. Does end up showing. I don't think he ended up taking too much choice. Look at the CS, literally wise, that's still a pretty sizable goals lead for individually. But the fact that the kills were over, the Chovy now is a lot bigger. Ruler gods. No doubt, he was in, but the now is negligible.
He's doing just fine, and you know there's so much pressure with his Ashe but eventually Ruler can sweep by if he can keep him on CS, if he can pick a kill here and there. He's going to be enjoying his time as a Corki.
Also, the actual communication between Canyon and Duro was particularly after the very first really big issue with GenG. Even going into their lower bracket, like when they faced him for the first time, I think it was super disjointed. They even finally made it to Duro.
And he is Nautilus, so he does just look away. The issue is that now he's Chomp, and he's not actually level 6. Might be able to do more than just die as he did in the last fight, but not a real wave here. And so again, just shadowing the 2v2. And here comes Canyon up to the top lane as well to prevent the potential die, but as we know, it's not going to happen this time. Still playing under pressure. Our Viper and the Lights trying to use level 6 with the arrow. That doesn't amount to too much. Just now, trying to do something happening on the Light. First for Duro, the Light is trying to hop on over, but he's not quite able to do it.
That's rough, man. That's just rough. Like, because the Zir's also ahead, and because this Victor's doing this dumb... Look, I'm gonna say it. This dumbass build. Let me tell you right now, Roa on every champion is fake. This is fake. Let me say that right now. This is fake. It's only good in select games, and this is not a game. He needs to do damage. Like, I don't know what he's thinking, but like, he needs to do damage. So this is terrible. The item is like an awful item to have while sitting in lane. Yeah, he's not gonna die, but he's also not gonna do shit. He's not gonna pressure. He's not gonna do anything. So
to do more than just
he can't do anything.
In the last fight, but not
these guys pressure top with the Skarner.
And so
the Victor loses push.
Still putting on that pressure.
The Zir shifts over. It looks like the Zir was not spotted, but they should know that there's a roam coming. And it looks like Viper actually gets jebaited. And yeah, he doesn't have flash and he dies. It's now a lot of this game really relies on Zeus to win.
How much damage GenG have, in fact, that GenG have been so crisp in their communication. A crazy improvement for me, even considering how close they got, is how close they look. Those everyone's on the same page. Tracer, Get Roam's up top, and the Light and Viper are so far up, and I do think that when you have such a strong 2v2, this is a trap you see a lot of players fall into, where just because you can permanently shove in and apply pressure when you need to, and feel getting consistent punches, now GenG, they were behind almost 2k gold early on, now we're looking
yeah, it's definitely a big flip, and now we're looking for a final downside. It's definitely trying to get
and unfortunately, because what's happening here in these situations, so Braum definitely has tempo over
just because you can permanently shove
Nautilus.
in and apply your pressure doesn't mean
I was gonna say, unfortunately, but like, yeah, Braum actually should have tempo over Nautilus. He shows mid.
They were behind what, like almost 2k gold early on,
and he still goes in.
a big flip.
despite not knowing where the fuck these guys are.
Zeus desperately trying to get an execution, not gonna
And he
happen,
just kills
now the
himself.
Impale. But who's winning this fight? Like, zero damage, negative damage. The game's got Agar, so they just have to back away after the Impale does nothing. Just trying to pick up some kind of scraps after yet another lost fight. You talk about the Chovy faster on the road, but also the other reason the team is not there from all the way. Communication is not there, and Gen G amazing. They're playing fantastically. They deserve all the wins that they're getting in these games. Just now, Zeka getting a bit low, trying to beat back the lasers. Can't quite match Chovy just yet.
I don't know about that, man.
Because I think so far, if he does, none of them do great. Your team playing the edge. But it's the consistency C, unironically, that the Nautilus provides. That means that Keen can play so far forward, not actually at risk. And
I'm curious if they could have fought that.
because I think playing on the edge.
I mean, the main issue is that you have... Ooh, no, they can't. No, they definitely can't. Victor has TP. I mean, it's one thing for the Ashe coming, and they might be able to actually do enough damage to prolong the fight and do well. But if the Victor can TP, because the Zero can't cancel him, they'll die. And that would be really bad. So it's the Victor TP that's really the main driving force, not the Ashe shift, I think. So yeah, they had to give this up. But getting grubs, I mean, that's pretty killer.
So, especially if Team begins to have some time, if Chovy continues to win his 1v1, Coach's gonna get some usage out of those grubs as well.
Say hello. As I do, so nope, not like the end of because there was a class in it. I think it was for a while, it was a tough at the map. They don't check this one anytime soon.
They're so good at dodging. It's like they're both throwing good ones and just poke dodging everything. As he knows he's got Canyon on the way, but that is using down. He's got Viper here as well. Swirl Vendors in, Arrow gonna hit Canyon, but he uses out. He does go for the LCK. He's gonna get just the edge of that one team does get taken down.
It's a nice pick. So they're putting they're putting a ton of focus on the top lane matchup at this point. Because Zeus is doing well. Despite being 0-2, he is doing well. And if you look how the map was, Nautilus showed top, and they know Nautilus showed top, they push him off, and they're getting mid-push because the Corki's on base to buy item. So Corki has no tempo, so they're gonna have mid-push on this one-timer. So this is like literally the one-timer Keen should not fight on. The one-timer Keen should not fight on. And he does. And Peanut is third on Peanut. Canyon's trying to save him, like, buy time. Can't. Corki shifted out, so now you don't get a free mid-push. This year, of course, like I said, you know, if you go raw, yeah, like, it does help with the laning, it does help with the side laning. But where it really, like, falters is, yeah, it's the damage output.
They are going to maintain a very good shot with their team fighting prowess, as we've seen many a time. And the game feels like it might actually be a boss game.
Definitely was not a game. Or at least it wasn't League of Legends. Maybe it was another kind of game.
Not a good one.
No, it wasn't very enjoyable. Unless you're Oxu, great GenG. He was enjoying this time a lot. Yeah, besides that, it was such a blowout that we didn't really get to see anything. And if you're going to draw anything, because kind of didn't do anything with it either. So that's being nice. So yeah, I like the bounce back. I think they have the potential. They know they are capable. But GenG, they came into the first match clearly looking to take a win, right? They came with a plan. They've had some good drafts themselves, and they've been able to make it work.
Flashes on Viper and Zeka. For me, I don't see these fights because Keen, Chovy are all such insanely big threats. If that someone ever gets blown, Zero taking a little bit of damage for Zephyr. Might have been. Obviously, they'll fight. Both players have teleported. GenG's first gets the set up. And the crab does go to Canyon.
I mean, how life's going to start up here. Really, the question is, does GenG want to fight over this? He's on the way right now. Doesn't look like it. Also, life has back off of the objective. So the teams keeping themselves at arm's distance, at arm's length, and saying, well, we're not going to start it. We're not going to do anything about it unless you start it. Although GenG do have division control around the objective, so you can see
there we go.
Not bound to happen.
Dragon Herald's up. They preference the dragon naturally. Trade ulti for ulti. Nice pick on Duro by Viper. Viper has no mana. The Aatrox is first on move. And I'm kind of surprised that he's...
I mean,
because he doesn't see Gnar show, and he knows Gnar has not bought his first item yet. So I'm kind of surprised that the Aatrox is not actually contesting Canyon with Peanut. Like, I don't really get that. Unless he's on the pink. There's no pink in the pit, so I don't really get it.
As well. So Canyon saying, maybe we should fight over this objective.
Shit, that's really unfortunate because
he has to run into Peanut.
Zay should be here too, like, and he missed his W. Canyon should actually probably be dead.
And does get away. Zeus also pretty low. Duro on the left side getting caught
really
out big
nice ROM art, by the way. That was really killer. Unfortunately, Keen is coming back, so Peanut should technically move left. Right, like he should go left. Like he kind of forgets about this guy, and then of course Zeus is not really marking anyone. At this point, he's looking for base TP. So Unicorn just dies. It's part of his fault and partially Zeus. Like, this play should have turned out way better with Zeus like where he was. Okay, I mean, he's like hiding in the pit, trying to like pounce in that way, but it's just too far, man.
Of vision and Canyon kind of he hasn't died yet, right? In the series, no, like right there, he hasn't died yet. You're right. And look at the score for yeah, like you have been doing this for a while. I'm surprised you don't know if he's died yet or not. But yeah, I don't think he died anymore. So he's doing pretty well for himself. And yeah, with that, I mean, since he gets frustrated, and getting yeah, the gold is even, but just based on the way all these fights are playing out, it does feel like outside of one Duro mistake, GenG are playing smarter Legends today. And I might be the difference maker. We'll see if GenG closes this one out. Well, I think the beats here with the bot lane Turtle, this is something that I think we sold them in we sold them very consistently, particularly with the lane swap. Now just I say second only GenG, who I think as far as pure macro decision right.
So Dragsel's not going to be up for like a long time. So Dragsel's not exactly like the main win con for how this game's really nice pick, by the way. And so one thing that's really benefiting HLE in this game, from what I'm seeing so far, is that they're getting mid pushes over GenG, and they're able to shift off mid often. And it seems like GenG is not really respecting these situations enough, which is resulting in them kind of just dying. Yeah, it's... And there wasn't really any vision for Chovy, obviously, he flash, bit of flash did with the way that it came through Drake, and I think probably the part there, also within pressured by both the Rock and Star, so, or the Victor rather, yeah. As GenG, not quite able to really break open the game, and I think that means that until we actually get to these team fights, these 5v5s, we've been a little bit left and right, there's mostly individual catches. You're gonna have Cloud this game. He's not here, we'll see him tomorrow, but he enjoyed it. So Nar just popped Mega, so he kind of needs to stay top to rebuild the Rage. I mean, ideally we don't fight before Nar builds up the Rage, ideally. Like, it has to be a really good pick.
You know, providing
we're going on the Braum, which is not ideal.
I'm going to sail wide, and Canyon, very tanky, is going to tank up a lot of this, but does get stunned. There's still where's the Ash a little bit more of, you know, providing engage. They have damage elsewhere. The Arrow this time going to sail wide, and Canyon, very tanky, is going to tank up a lot of this, but does get stunned. They're still continuing to go in on the Xin Zhao as Duro in the front line as well. Zeus gets in, and the Impale is big, but Chovy lights up.
Dude, I am so surprised that they can't win this fight. I'm so surprised.
More of, you know,
like, we send the arrow, which misses. Unfucking real. He misses the arrow. Dude, unreal, man. There's no way. There's no way he misses. Like, to me,
where's the Ash a little bit more of, you know,
he will flash the arrow, so just wait. Like, just wait for the Braum stun. Like, you don't even need to use the arrow yet. Like, they're just inting themselves right now.
Damage elsewhere. The arrow
and so, like, the Xin Zhao should get locked up. And if I'm Zeka, he definitely should just toss. Oh, he used his W there. So he doesn't have his W. So if you're Zeka, you should just look to poke not this guy, but this guy. Like, throw your E. You could throw your ER here at this guy if you really wanted to and just ruin his conditions. Probably don't use your R. Probably just use your E. And you're so tanky because we're going this build. If we're going to play this build, use your E and Q on this guy. You're not going to die.
Going to sail wide, and Canyon,
and play it off that way.
It's going to tank up a lot of this,
but he doesn't, because like Chovy would be half health. You know, like Chovy would technically be out of the fight.
They're still continuing to go in on the Xin Zhao. Tanky is engaged
without having, you know, this being what it is. Like, Chovy would have already been moving away, not forward.
Where the arrow this time going to sail wide, and Canyon.
So he screws up. He screws up.
Very tanky.
Braum doesn't want to use his R yet. They're unable to stun this guy for a bit, so he actually gets away. Buys a shit ton of time, slows them. Now they go back on the members that are popping up on the left. So Zeus.
In the front line as well. Zeus gets in, and the Impale is big. Continuing to go in on the Xin Zhao as Duro in the front line as well. Zeus.
Great Impale. Ooh. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had Exterminator show up to spray the apartment building. So, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, right. So, they let Xin Zhao escape too far, and then they turn Like, the Xin Zhao turns on these targets, which is correct, right? Like, these guys are running this way. Go where your teammates are. Focus on these guys. You have the Gnar coming in. Granted, obviously, Keen would be preferred if Keen came in with Mega, which is why, like, this situation is so stupid by GenG in the first place.
In the front line as well. Zeus gets in
Snatch.
Impale is big.
Did they double flash? Oh, motherfucker. It's on Zeka, dude. First off,
is going to tank up a lot of this, but
Zeka gets in here.
Still continuing to go in,
and so it looks like he's trying to E both Chovy and Xin Zhao. The only thing that sucks is that if he had his shit here, because this is massive, if he hits the E this way at this point on these targets, they're dead. Aatrox will reset and they win the fight. 100% they win the fight. Oh my god. Zeka kind of screwed up this fight big time. And then, yeah, Chovy just got a massive ass play after he saw, like, there was no damage coming out, so he could save the boys. Oh, dude. No way.
Oh, Zeka. Oh, my boy Zeka. Yeah, you said. Just out of row. So you want to see the team fights to really see where this game's going, Tyler. Where are we going with this game now?
Well, probably towards the 2-0, which kind of crazy. What is this actually draws so much attention. They don't get the fast until, like, actually get the ultimate Team CC. So a lot of damage goes to the Duro. And guess what? Duro ends up dying at the end there. That's his job. That's the one thing he needs to know.
Beat on Impale. That's it. So listening to Chovy. So waiting Storm, waiting for his moment. Go. Oh. And yeah, he was able to line it up pretty nicely. Again, his thing was down to 2 punch. That's what happened there. And middle of his wave.
I know, overextend the silence this time.
Yeah. Continue. Chovy.
I mean, it is what it is, Keen.
Nice lens. Okay, Jack. So get out of that one. But yeah, Darrow's still hitting. The one fight did not hit. Like, even if it did hit, it would have hit like Xin Zhao or else. Like, if it is Smells, maybe they blow him up very quickly. Perhaps the fight goes every way, but everything, including the Impale on the 2 frontliners, is not going to be very happy.
You know, like, after the normal, we have very firmly established as one job. Press all your buttons, get as many of theirs as you can, and then die.
Yeah, you're not actually supposed to live. Part of your job is to go high. You want to soak up a bunch of damage. Cool. Peanut is Skarner. Yeah, he's fine. That's slow. Keep going. He's still blue, but he's still 2 levels behind. Should come in with our still yeah. You need to go in for not upper still proc in the theory, so probably should have still the only thing in there. Yeah. Why do you actually?
This definitely feels really bad as Skarner when like the game's not going so well, and like you just can't farm for shit. Also for Zeus, he's doing a pick play. He's trying to be crafty, but nobody's here. So like, he's getting good ship damage, but he kind of underestimates when people get here. Yeah, kind of kills himself.
That's a costly death. That's going to be both sides of the map. Keen is TP available. They're going among there's TP flank. Both sides of the map. Keen is TP available. Enjoying at a moment's notice, and there's the TP flank.
No, they're going to catch Chovy. He does go into the Zhonya's, but I think they might have the damage. Chovy, he does get the split, but now Keen shows up, and that might be enough here for GenG. It wasn't a clean fight, but it's still a win as Peanut picks up 1,000 gold on that Corky. Ruler had a gigantic.
Flank.
No,
this TP available.
Dude, once again, the TP flank is like in Narnia. Like actually in Narnia. And Chovy goes like someone goes just too early and then yeah, the TP is just like way too far.
If they don't have the damage, Peanut can try and go for this.
Oh my god, he actually got the fucking Victor?
And even if Keen died, it doesn't matter.
He literally got both of them? What the fuck? Ow!
So this is the first one again. So again, Chovy doesn't have to cancel that here. Instead, I just kind of go down. And this is the second play where
oh my god!
GenG's in a much better position.
What the fuck, man? Some of these big plays that these guys make are just they're so demoralizing.
Kind of similar. It's a beatdown from GenG. It's not very close. I mean, this game.
You know, despite the mistakes Zeus has made, man, Zeus is just—he's still. Dude, you can tell he's just playing really fucking well.
And he dies. He fulfills everything. He does his to-do list, including the death.
That's the game. I mean, that's literally the game. That's crazy that that's the game. I mean, MVP. Dude. Okay, I know it's not Keen. Chovy was decent, but I'm definitely between these two. Canyon or Ruler. It's probably Canyon. Honestly, for how he played in this game, I think it's Canyon. I was pretty close giving it to him last time, but I think it's Canyon this game. This is probably Zeka. Zeka or Delight? I think Delight had a pretty, like, he kind of got caught a little too many times, and the way he contested was not really the most ideal. Zeka, you know, I think he could have pumped and done more damage and been more useful in fights compared to the way he was. I think it was a great game by Chovy. In the end, yeah, he made some mistakes, but man, he had some killer fucking plays. Great game by him. Pretty good game by him. It was an alright game from him. This was just okay. By the standards of the game, it was just okay. Well, it's okay good. Funny enough, he's actually okay good. Like, for the situation he was placed in and everything, Zeus played very well. Yeah, he made some pretty dumb mistakes. That's why he's just an okay. For Peanut, I think it's the same case where I think it's like, it's just okay good. I think for Braum, it's okay bad. Even though again, like, you look at some of the mechanics these guys do, it's good, but I don't know. And like, even for me, like, it's just okay good for Viper, because when I think about how Viper played, like, there's some arrows and situations that he had that should have been better. That you literally should have been better. And I just think it was a good game by Zeka. So I will say, from watching watching GenG versus T1, I had the impression that the ADs were kind of like, you know. But watching HLE against GenG, I'm like, wow, their bot lane really did not do as well as I hoped as well, which is odd. Very odd. But really, the biggest issue was that their mid laner was not good. Like, Zeka was not good in either of these games. And that really hurts you, especially playing against Chovy. And Canyon got to do exactly what he wanted. And Peanuts in the Fury was kind of lost on how far he can go, like what his limits were, and that was a huge detriment. So overall, interesting series. I mean, there's definitely some clips I'm going to take because I can share those with my team. And yeah, that's about it.